Okay, so I'm going to make vegetables with the ginger tamarind sauce, and I've got everything ready here that I need to make it. I've got all the vegetables that I'm going to cut up and the things to make the sauce with. So I've got 2 carrots, 2 green onions, 2 celery, a zucchini. I'm going to use a cup of broccoli. I have a little bit more here, but red pepper. And to make the sauce, I've got a 1/4 cup of the tamarind paste I just made, and some garlic and some ginger, an inch of garlic, 1 garlic clove, an inch of ginger, a tablespoon of raw agave, a tablespoon of shoyu is going to go in, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and 3 tablespoons of water, all together in the blender to make the sauce, which is what we're going to do first, and clear off our cutting board gradually to cut up our vegetables. And then we'll mix our vegetables into the sauce and dehydrate them so they're softened, and it's going to be in the really, really beautiful, delicious sauce. You're going to love this recipe. So, in our blender, we are going to put 3 tablespoons of olive oil. 3 tablespoons of water. Whoops, that was a little bit more. And just 1 tablespoon shoyu. One tablespoon agave. Add our tamarind paste, it's a 1/4 cup. I bet that would equal about 1 of the tamarind beans, 1 average sized tamarind bean, and 3 tablespoons water. 3 tablespoons water, if you happen to have it that way. And the ginger, it calls for 1 inch. That would mean 1 square inch. So that goes in. 1 garlic clove. Just take it out of its wrapper. That goes in. And then we're going to blend it. Super easy, super quick. If you have a home blender, just chop up your garlic and ginger a little bit more and blend it up. It'll be fine in a regular home blender. So we're going to, I've washed all my vegetables already. I'm going to get a bowl ready and just start chopping up the vegetables. The broccoli, I'm starting from the tip of it down. Down partway into the stalk. You can even peel the stalk and go a little bit further if you want, because it's soft on the inside of the stalk. The stalk's really quite nice. It works really well in this recipe. Just make sure everything's cut up into bite-sized pieces. Those are fine. And one of those, this is our measuring cup, and it calls for a cup of broccoli. So that one is a cup. Half a red pepper. Take out the seeds. We're just going to cut up into not quite bite-sized chunks, a little bit smaller, about this big. The carrots, these are from the garden and I've washed them. I think they're fine. You could peel them too. It's really fun if they're organic and from, I think it's better for you actually to have the skin and not peel it. So, and I like the rounds, so I'm just going to cut them up into rounds. This one gets thicker, cut it in half, and then a couple half ones. This goes into our mixture. Zucchini, top and tail. And I like to quarter it like this and then just slice. Like that. That goes in. What else? Celery. Calls for 2, but it was towards the center of the stalk. So they're a little bit smaller. So I've got almost 3. Towards the end, you can cut it down the center to make them a little bit smaller. And again, so it's almost like cubing it. You get small pieces. And the smaller part of the stalk, just put it straight through. Add those to the bowl. And the green onion, I'm going to cut that vertically down the stalk a little bit. And chop it up. The greens are really nice in it too, so chop some of the greens into it, unless they get a little bit hard looking. That can all go in. And did I mention cilantro in the front? I think I forgot to add the cilantro. It's about a tablespoon of cilantro leaves. So if you have a little bit of the stem, not going to hurt. But I just like to take off any of the bigger stems. Like that. Those a little chop through here and there. That gets added in. Okay, so we have all of the vegetables in our bowl. And we're going to add our ginger tamarind sauce that we've just made. Pour that in on top. A little bit of tamarind on the side didn't get blended, and that's just fine. Just add it in. Stir it all together. It smells amazing. It's nice to let it, to stir it and let it sit and marinate for a few minutes before you put on the Teflon sheets, because it will really get into, especially the broccoli florets, it'll kind of, it'll start absorbing. But it takes a few minutes because they're dry for them to get moistened to really absorb the tamarind sauce. So we want the vegetables to really start absorbing it. So if you have time, it's nice to set this aside for like half an hour first, just to let the vegetables start softening in the sauce. Oops. Got a few on the floor. Nice. And if you don't, then you just get your Teflon sheet. Put your vegetables on. This would be great on one of the large Excalibur trays. You could put it all on one sheet. For the smaller trays like I have here, just put half on one sheet and half on another. just flatten them out so they're almost even. So now we have our vegetables all spread out onto our dehydrator tray, and we're going to put them into the dehydrator. 115 degrees for 2 to 4 hours until the vegetables are nice and softened. And that's it. And then you're going to come and get them and eat them. They're great as leftovers also. You can just put them in the fridge. They're delicious the next day. And it's just a great meal. It's a beautiful vegetable stir fry. An amazing sauce. Enjoy it.